Yeah, I think we're good, Chief.
Are they ready up there? We're good? All right. I call this January 13th organizational meeting to order. We'll say the pledge first.
Yep.
I pledge
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first order of business is Ms. Prince was unable to make the meeting today, so we need to appoint a treasurer pro tem. Can I have a nomination for treasurer pro tem?
DeCapua nominates Mr. Wilkerson as treasurer pro tem for this evening.
Can I have a second?
Atwood will second.
I'll have to take notes then, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta be the note taker now. Okay.
Okay. And Atway was second. Okay, now I would ask Patty for roll call. I'm gonna ask myself for roll call, I guess.
Yes, you are.
Mr. Atway,
Yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Okay. First order of business of the organizational meeting is to elect have an election for the office of president. Can I have a motion, or can I have a nomination, please?
I guess I can make the nomination for our Vice President, Mrs. DeCapua, to be president.
I will second that.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay. Mr. Atway,
Yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes.
and myself, resoundingly, yes.
There you go.
Okay, can I have a motion, or can I have a nomination for the office of vice president?
I will in turn nominate Mr. Atway for vice president.
I second that, too.
Oh, here we go.
Any other nominations? Mr. Atway,
I will say yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes.
and I say yes as well. So our new president is Mrs. DeCapua, and our new vice president is Mr. Atway. Okay, so you want me to continue?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Can we make a comment, though, after that? And just thank you for everything you've done in your role as president, because I know it's been a long 3 years for you and a lot of work, but just having worked with you for the year, it's been great, so we appreciate everything you've done.
Well, thank you. And I happily, and enthusiastically pass things over. So.
Pass the gavel
But,
over.
but you do know, we know where you live.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll still be here, so we're all good. And I guess I'm going to help you out today and do the meeting. So.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a number of resolutions to pass as part of our organizational meeting. I'm just going to read them. Number one, to give authority to the superintendent to carry out policies as adopted by the Board of Education. Number two, to establish the third Wednesday of each month at 6 p.m. for regular meetings of the Board of Education in the boardroom, 100 Wadsworth Street. And I know that we want to have some conversation around that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Forget I just read that. We're going to skip that one. Number two, to set the Board of Education Service Fund at $5,000. Number three, to designate the Town Crier / Vindicator as the district's official newspapers. Number four, to waive the reading of the record of proceedings at each meeting. Number five, to use Robert's Rules of Order in the absence of board policy. Number 6, to authorize treasurer to pay bills within the adopted appropriations. Can I have a motion to adopt those 6, not including
Kluchar would like to make a motion to adopt resolutions 1 through 6 as renumbered by Mr. Wilkerson from the agenda.
Okay.
Campbell seconds.
Okay. Any discussion? Mr. Atway,
Yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes.
and I say yes as well. Okay, so we're taking this, we're separating this. So can I guess, can I have a motion to set the time and place? So I guess let's just get, somebody put something out there.
Can I propose regular meetings for the second Wednesday of each month at 6 PM? All the,
I think, do you want the motion first and then the discussion for the other?
No, you can,
Option? Oh, you
if
can't?
somebody wants to make a different motion,
Okay.
it's easier, we'll just
So
start
you're
out
saying
that way.
second Wednesday?
Second Wednesday, right?
it's a suggestion I threw out.
So that's the motion on the table is to establish the second Wednesday at 6 PM.
And can we leave the place off of it? Because for right now, we're not meeting at the boardroom.
Yeah, but I think we have to set a place and time.
Can we set the place for here then? The auditorium?
Do we want to set that for the entire year? Because what we've been doing.
When we
actually,
start having 500 people come, yeah. Sorry, we're discussing.
Yeah. After you set it, you can always
Yeah.
move to a different locale.
Yeah. I mean, I,
I would set it for the boardroom, and then as we make the notice.
Change it
When
to
we
the-
make the notice, we can change the meaning. Yeah, so
okay, so what's the, let's do the motion in a second and then.
yeah, we didn't
discuss.
have a second yet. So
Campbell
motion
motion.
to,
Is,
I'll second.
okay,
Campbell.
wait, what was the motion exactly?
second Wednesday of the month at 6 o'clock at the boardroom, 100 Wadsworth.
Okay. So that's Klucher. And then can I have the second?
Campbell seconds.
Campbell's in.
Okay. All right, now any discussion? So we'll, I mean, I think it's better to continue doing what we're doing, just changing the place.
What do you mean changing the place?
Well, we've been changing the place sort of on demand to here,
Yeah,
as
when
opposed
you
to
say
setting it
continue
permanently.
what we're doing, you mean the third Wednesday?
No,
Oh.
the place. I'm back to the place.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm cool about that. I wasn't
Okay.
even thinking about that. And the other thing is, since we're discussing, I realized right after I made that motion, we probably, is it legal to table this until Ms. Prince can be at a meeting?
No, no, because we've got to have it by the 15th.
Yeah.
We could change it.
We can change it later
Yeah,
if we
can-
set it today?
Yeah, we can vote and change it, but we have to set the place and time during our organizational
Yeah,
meeting.
because I mean, I did email her a while ago, but then with everything, we hadn't had a chance to talk about it.
Well, I think she was the one that threw that out last meeting.
She did, but I didn't know if it was something she wanted or she was just making that as a suggestion. But I thought it sounded like a good idea.
Well, there's been a lot of discussion amongst township, city, and school board as far as meetings and the ability to attend all if possible, but quite a few fall on the same nights.
So does this eliminate conflicts by second Wednesday?
It does,
Because the biggest conflict on the third was the township.
was the city.
City.
The
The
city.
city, yeah.
Yeah, because I think the township's on Tuesday,
We're
aren't they?
They're
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays, yeah.
Yeah, this eliminates the conflict with the city.
I say we go with it.
And I agree.
Okay,
can
so everybody's, well, we're going to vote. So any other discussion about this? Okay, Mr. Atway,
Yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes.
and I agree as well. Okay. Okay, with that, we're going to move into the regular Board of Education meeting for January, and I guess I'm going to fill in for you.
That
Or
would be
do you want to
great.
do it? Because you should.
Okay, I shall do it.
Will you?
I will.
That is great.
There you go.
Here you go.
That's right.
Use this
I'll help you. I'll help you.
one. Not everybody look, okay? I got this. So we will hear our principals' reports at this time. Who would like to go first?
High school, all right.
Good evening, Rich Shields, Assistant Principal at Canfield High School. Couple things. First thing, I just want to talk a little bit about our positive behavior interventions and support system that we're working on. We have recently started our program here at the high school where we have our team together. We're putting the pieces in place. Our thought process is we're going to roll this thing out next year. We are currently we're finalizing our PBIS matrix. We're working with the middle school to kind of make sure that ours are aligned, so our students, as they move from the middle school into the high school, they have some things that look similar in the matrix, and we're kind of going to ramp them up a little bit from, what our expectations are here at the high school. One catchphrase that we are bringing into our matrix is own your. So instead of, like this is my lunch table, own your table. This is your space, own it, take pride in it, make sure that, the places that they go, that they're going to see this matrix, they have some ownership in it. Our goal is to bring it outside of the walls so that, when they go into somewhere in the community, they still have the same expectations. So the design is for it to carry throughout, not only in high school, but as they move on as well. Also wanted to take a minute to just thank our staff for, we're coming up on 100 days into this thing, and some school districts haven't even seen the inside of the building yet. And every day we've been here. Every day our staff has been here. Every day our students have been here. It's just a fantastic thing that we had going on here, and it brings me right to the appreciation piece. It's School Board Appreciation Week. I mean, I can only imagine.
You want a whole month?
I can only imagine how much you all appreciate the work that they're doing. So we want to reiterate that for the work that you've been doing. I mean, I can remember Zoom meetings for quite some time with this group. We've been, hashing it out. We were looking for that guy. He shows up, and then, we're going 150 miles an hour faster than we were then. So, here we are all in the same place with the same vision that we had on that day. So, from us to you, we sincerely thank you. Just a personal, you two, 3 years ago, you kind of rolled the dice on from a guy from Conneaut, who's this guy, what's he doing here? I hope that I have reached your expectations, and I hope that, we continue this thing, so thank you. Mr. Moldovan.
Yes, Mike Moldovan, principal at Canfield High School, and we would officially like to congratulate the board on School Board Appreciation Month. It's well-deserved. I hope you enjoyed our sign and saw the picture. We get so many phone calls from community residents commenting on how good-looking the school board is.
Oh, I'm sure.
I can't even begin to tell you. There's only maybe one clinker in the whole group, but I'm going to keep that
Only
private.
so much
So it was a
photography can
prank
get.
call is what it was, what you're telling
It's a
us?
prank call, that's all.
Honestly.
And I hope you guys got a chance to view the video that our students made, and I got a couple of responses, and I really appreciate those responses, because the kids worked pretty hard on that, but it was kind of a cool thing. And it's always nice when you can get the kids involved to produce those types of things. We do have a mass media class where they produce those types of things, so that was really, really cool. From the administration and the staff, thanks to the school board for everything, all your support all these years, and everything that you do. That goes without saying. Just a couple of items highlighted from the high school. As we were as Mr. Knoll kind of said, we were kind of limping towards the finish line there at first semester, but we made it. And one thing that we did get done was we got all of our end of course testing done for the first semester classes, which was fantastic. We also tested our CDA kids from the Cardinal Digital Academy. we got that done. Special thanks go out to Stephanie Ruart, Candy Reed, and Stacy Hoover from our guidance department. They worked very, very hard to get that done, and it went off pretty much without a hitch. And our tech people also did a great job. Things coming up. February 23rd, the entire state of Ohio, that's one of the dates that we have to give the ACT test. And it's to all juniors. It's paid for by the state. It's really paid for by us. But it is, it's a free thing. We've done it. We're gonna have to make a few modifications because of COVID, but we think it's gonna go off pretty much as it has in the past. And again, big thanks are gonna go out to Candy Reed again. Candy does most of that testing.
Will there be late starts? Is that?
No,
plan?
we did that a couple of years, and we just bring everybody in, the juniors go right to the gymnasium, and boy, they just go right at it. And the junior class teachers know they're not gonna be there. We'll actually use them to proctor the tests and things like that. The big issue with ACT test is in the high school, we probably have the majority of our kids in the gym, but we have probably 9 or 10 separate rooms for accommodation kids. And it's very difficult to get proctors and to work all that out, but we will do it. That's a promise, we'll get that done. That's February 23rd. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but also in February, we start planning 8th grade orientation, which is a traditional thing here, where the 8th grade parents come in with the kids. It's probably gonna be different this year. We're probably gonna have to do something virtually. And we will already start to set the schedule for next year. And it's just amazing how in a high school, it never stops. There are never any lulls with that. I want to echo what Rich Shields said about our staff and COVID and all the sacrifices they've made. Two people I really need to emphasize, and the first one's Rich Shields, my assistant principal, and Cheryl Beck, our school nurse. When we hired Cheryl Beck, I don't know if you remember, it was last year or the year before, I can't remember, in the spring. What a gem. I mean, she's fantastic, professional. I've never been around anybody as professional as she is. She's just wonderful. And what her and Rich do on a day-to-day basis, and I'm in there too, but they do the bulk of it, they really deserve props because they do a great job. And we're thrilled. We have a goal that we want to stay in session the whole year and be one of the few schools in the state of Ohio that we're going to be in session every day and we're going to get the job done. Thanks.
All right.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
No pressure.
No pressure whatsoever, huh?
We might have to redefine the word brief for our high school.
Yeah. Everybody took a memo on that, Mr. Rubin. Thank you. So noted.
Good evening, I'm Judd Rubin, I'm the principal at Campfields Middle School. Happy New Year to everybody. Just a couple of things. Our goal was get our kids back, but also keep it as normal as possible. Changing classes, go to specials, doing all those great things, and we did a virtual spelling bee. So it was a daunting task by our Erica Petro, who oversees it, and it's not the normal having 800 students in the room and watching those final 5 or 6, not the excitement there, but we still were able to accomplish that like we do every year. So we have a grade 5 as Noah Osman was the winner. Grade 6 was Adam Jackson. Grade 7 was Nathaniel Warner. And our winner overall is Shanze Bajwa. So congratulations. He'll be participating in the spelling bee at the Vindicator Spelling Bee in March. We had our virtual concerts. We're very proud of that. We want to make sure we were able to let the community see how great our music department is. So we were able to worked with Mr. Volnick and Mr. Fay. We hired an engineer from YSU to help put the concerts together. We wanted it to be professionally done. And thanks to our PTA for helping to decorate the gym. Looked just spectacular for the concert. And they really went off for the hitch. We had one day where we did all the choir concerts, grades 5 through 8. And the next day we set up, we had all the band concerts 5 through 8. And then on the last day of before break, during the academy times, all the students got to watch their peers for the concert. So it was a really nice event. So we appreciate the support, able to watch that. I just want to, our winter sports, everything's going pretty well with our basketball and wrestling teams, and we just want to wish them luck the rest of the way. And again, I just that video that we sent to the board was on behalf of Stephanie Greathouse, who's has been overseeing our technology program. And we appreciate all those different gadgets and things that we've been buying are because of you guys. And the kids are just having a ball with all the technology, and she's doing a great job. So we just want to show appreciation. So again, thank you guys for everything. It's been a great partnership, great teamwork, and we're gonna make it through the rest of the year.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
There you go.
Good evening, Joe Maroney. I'm the assistant principal at the middle school, but also in charge of the Cardinal Digital Academy. This being January, I do want to thank the board for their support of the Cardinal Digital Academy. The CDA has only been successful because of the vision and leadership of Mr. Nolan, our school board. So I appreciate that support that we've seen getting that off the ground this year. Earlier today, I emailed you a video presentation from our smallest CDA students, kindergartners from Mrs. Bartel's class. They also wanted to say thank you. Take some time at your convenience to take a look at that. Mrs. DeCap was already taking a look at it, and they did a really neat job. Just watching our kindergartners can't help to make you feel warm and fuzzy. As you're aware, this is the end of the first semester, beginning of the second semester. We asked our parents when they signed up for the Digital Academy back in August to make an 18-week commitment, and the majority of our folks made at least an 18-week commitment. At the end of the semester, we had about 70 students return to in-person learning at Canfield schools, and we had about 70 students leave in person and come to the Digital Academy. So we're holding steady about 400 students right now in the Digital Academy. When parents decided to come back to in-person learning, we sent them an exit survey asking them the reasons for coming back to in-person and a couple questions about what we could do better. And I've included those responses in the packet I gave you. Extremely positive results. I shared those with Mr. Knoll yesterday. Just a lot of kudos to our teachers who are putting in tremendous effort. Our elementary teachers working with the kids every day, and then our middle school and high school teachers learning the virtual classroom program and making sure that our students are being successful in that. So I want to thank our teachers also for all their hard work. And then again, I want to thank this board for not only the support of the CDA, but everything else you do. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Michael Flood, principal of Hilltop. First of all, I just want to thank you guys for everything that you have done. Even though this is your month, what you did for us this year is truly amazing. And personally, the support you guys have given me throughout this year, this is probably one of my toughest years in my career, from my mom to my health, and I appreciate your guys' support. So really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I got to thank Mr. Maroney for everything he has done for those CDA students. We cannot wait to get them back next week. We're very excited. I was on the phone yesterday with some parents, emailed some parents, and they're excited to come back, and I'm excited to see them. So once again, congratulations, and thank you for everything you've done. Starting tomorrow, we are starting, it's hard to believe, planning on kindergarten registration and how it's going to look for the rest of, at the end of this year into the summer. And I'm going to meet with Travis tomorrow around 2 o'clock, and we're going to start planning on that. I have a kindergarten teacher and my secretary, and same with him, is going to be on that Google Meet. We can't do anything without our PTA, so we do appreciate everything. Talking to Tiffany Smith last week, she comes in and she wants to do whatever it takes for not just her kids are in kindergarten, third, but she thinks about every kid. And it's truly amazing to see our PTA give so much in a trying year, and for them to say, what can we do to make this year special? So a shout out to them. And one thing he talked about was we did go through that OTES training, but what was very special, we did it as a team. And the input that each team member had was tremendous, and is only going to make Canfield stronger. So once again, we do appreciate everything. and keep up the good work. You'll love these cards. The whole school made them. There's some cards from the Digital Academy. I mean, I was reading them, and it just makes you smile. So enjoy them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Travis Lavery. I'm the principal at C.H. Campbell Elementary School here in Canfield. We have a lot of stuff going on right now in our school. We kicked up another one of our fundraisers, the Kids Heart Challenge, which helps raise money for the American Heart Association. Linda Magyar, our health and phys ed teacher, is spearheading that initiative and has the kids looking at exercising and also learning some healthy habits so they can have a healthy lifestyle. So that's a great thing that's going on. That will culminate in February when the kids come together for an event where they jump and again submit all the funds that they've raised for the American Heart Association. We also have Valentine's Day coming up. That's another one of our party days that we typically have our PTA stepping into. Without PTA coming into the buildings too much this year, our teachers are going to be doing some fun activities and things with the students. Our PTA does support us in that though, so they're going to be providing a bevy of activities and fun things for our teachers to do. Really amazing that even when the parents can't be in the room, they're still there supporting our students during those party days. So it's definitely great to see. We have ability and achievement testing coming up for our second grade students. This testing is done to not only see where their achievement lies for both reading and mathematics, but also look at overall ability for the students. We screen every student in second grade, just like we did with our fourth grade students a few months ago. And that is also utilized to help identify for giftedness and put additional supports in place for those students that need pushed a little bit further. In addition to that, we finished up our reading and math benchmark testing. We're utilizing that data to identify what students may need some additional supports, as well as seeing how much progress the students have made from the beginning of the year to now, to make sure that we're helping every kid that we can go as far as they can this year. In addition to that, I want to extend my thank you to all the board members as well. You received a packet with some cards from a lot of our kids. We have some videos that were emailed to you. We've got banners and other things as well. It was definitely very heartwarming going through and reading all those different responses. A great understanding of what you do, and some students a little understanding of maybe some things you don't do. But that being said, my personal favorites as I was going through there where I saw a lot of them that said, "Thank you for hiring my teacher."
Yes.
So I'm not sure what prompts they gave them. But no, that's a testament to our school system and the amazing teaching staff that we have in place. They are definitely top-notch, and we wouldn't be here right now without them. Our kids wouldn't be pushed as far as they are without them. So a huge thank you to our teaching staff for all they do as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't grab the comment book.
No, there's nobody here.
Would anybody like to make a comment this time?
No, presentation of minutes first. Minutes from the last.
Oh, I forgot.
Back up the top, there you go.
I gotcha, I missed it. Presentation of minutes, we get these minutes ahead of time. Thank you, gentlemen, have a good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we do read them. I would like a motion to approve the minutes from December 16th, our regular meeting, 2020.
I'll make that motion. I haven't made a motion in 3 years.
Jump in there now, buddy. You could jump in. Did
He hasn't done that in a long time.
you write that down? Okay.
Did you write that?
I don't think I've ever
I'll
seen Dave
second
make
it.
a motion.
Atway, just in case you don't recognize the voice.
We need a roll call.
Any discussion?
Any discussion?
Call for roll call.
And roll call, please.
Mr. Atway,
Yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson, yes.
At this time, as Mr. Wilkerson did state at the beginning of the meeting, Patty Prince, our treasurer, is out this evening, and we have graciously given that job over just for the evening to Mr. Wilkerson. So he will be reviewing the treasurer's report for this evening.
And I will give that over to Mr. Knoll.
I'm ready. The treasurer wouldn't let me do much. I couldn't touch the money, couldn't spend any money. But here's what she wanted me to share. The cash summary report by fund. One topic here on page 3, you saw a deposit of $28,500 from our township, and that was their CARES money, which made it back here to the school, and we are greatly appreciative of that for those expenses that we need to incur due to COVID. So she wanted me to point that out. The second one on the appropriation summary, oh boy, we're about halfway through the year, right?
Yep.
Well, look at her magic number. 50.2% of the dollars have been spent.
That's pretty good.
Man, she's pretty good. She's pretty
really
good.
good.
This is on camera too, and it's video. All
Uh-huh.
right, well.
YouTube, everything.
Okay, so I can't say I didn't say it, but those were the two things, and that's well-deserved. I joke a lot, but you guys know how great she is, and especially at this time of this season of her life, we're thinking about Patty more than ever. But another well-done job moving forward. So those were the two things she wanted me to share with you from her reports.
Okay.
And I'd just like to add, she's never missed a meeting in all of the
She
years I've
mentioned
been
that.
here.
30, what'd she tell me? 30?
Well, I don't know how far it goes back before me, but
Yeah.
she's never missed
she
a
hasn't.
meeting, so this is definitely a good reason for her
Yes.
to miss. So you need a motion
Right.
to,
May I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report, please?
Campbell will make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
and I'll second it.
Roll call?
Mr. Atway,
Yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes.
and myself, yes. No.
Now, are there any comments, comments from the audience? There's Julie?
There you go.
Thank you so much. And new business.
Nothing for tonight.
Really?
Nope.
Okay, special recognition, we've been recognized, and thank you all very much.
Well, I'm going to jump in here.
Okay,
No,
then.
no.
And
No,
we
no,
will
no.
let
You're
Mr.
not gonna get off that easy. I don't know if this has ever been done at camp or what happened tonight, but when I brought this up to the principals, their eyes just lit up. You mean we can have kids? I said, absolutely. You know, the cards, the videos. I thought it was awesome. I was able to look at a couple of them already, read some of the cards, other than you guys calling off for snow days. They were pretty accurate.
Great.
As well. But I love getting this stuff into your hands from our kids, because with everything that goes on, I know sometimes I lose the focus. I get caught up in everything. But the number one thing you guys do and serve our customers are our children. I thought it was awesome to see all the great work that they have done. So enjoy your cards, the videos, and the tokens of appreciation as well. So I have an official school board recognition proclamation. Whereas it shall be the mission of the Canfield Local School District to provide all students with the best possible education. And whereas the school board sets the direction for our community's public schools by envisioning the community's education future. And whereas the school board sets policies and procedures to govern all aspects of school district operation. And whereas the school board keeps attention focused on progress towards the school district's goals and maintains a two-way communications loop with all segments of the community. And whereas serving on a school board requires an unselfish devotion of time and service to carry on the mission and business of this district. And whereas the school board must respond on behalf of the community to the educational needs of students. And whereas the school board voluntarily accepts the above-mentioned responsibilities. Now therefore, let it be resolved that I, Joseph Knoll, do hereby proclaim January 2021 as School Board Recognition Month in Canfield, Ohio. I encourage all of our citizens to publicly and privately thank the school board members for all school districts serving this community for their dedicated service to our children. And in front of you, you have a black little folder with that proclamation, plus a certificate of appreciation as well from your organization. And the treasurer and I bought you all a special gift. When I was hired, I walked in my office, and there sat on my desk this little cardinal, a little charm. And I thought it was really cool. So the treasurer and I got you one as a gift, but I like the message maybe even a little bit more. This little cardinal will bring good luck to you and renewal and faith in all that you do. Find your life song, show gratitude each day, believe and have hope. The cardinal will lead the way.
That's
All right?
awesome.
So I'm gonna hand one of these out to everybody with the treasurer and I's appreciation.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Our pleasure. This is a really, really neat, really cute little charm here for you.
Thank you, Mr. Noel.
My pleasure.
That's awesome. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
very much.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
And I would be remiss if I just didn't say something on a personal level. It is great to come to work and feel supported, appreciated, and not looking over your shoulder for somebody to see if you're gonna make a mistake. And this year of all years, to have your support has meant the world to me, based on some of my past history, as you guys are well aware. But to come to work and feel supported, and to be able to have some fun along the way. Okay, some nice little comments and jabs, and you know, keeping some levity amongst all this has really been appreciated. So it's an honor to serve as a superintendent, but we all really do appreciate everything you guys do.
And we
Thank
appreciate you for
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
as
you,
well.
Mr.
Thank you so
Knoll.
very much. And these cards and the videos are just great.
Yeah,
They are great.
they're neat.
And you can tell the girls, oh, they're it's funny, in their little sparkles, and they do that little knee thing, that little knee pose. It's 5. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, Mr. Knoll, we have a special request from a child who is asking, can they have the day after Super Bowl Sunday off? So Take that under
good request.
advisement from Mr. Peyton Kuhn.
Well, if the Browns get there, maybe we can talk?
That sounds like a deal.
I might be okay.
We might be able to all get behind that one.
Not me. Remember,
No,
I'm
okay.
from Pittsburgh, so I'm still licking my wounds.
Man, you're
Yeah.
nipping.
Yeah.
That's why the majority rules.
Yes,
Yes.
we are a democracy, you're right. Vote.
Yes, Stark County is further west.
Okay, then we will move on. And again, thank you very much, Mr. Knoll. Much appreciated. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us?
Amen.
We're
Nope,
good?
on that topic, we're good. When we get into hiring?
Hey, I would
You ready?
appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay, I'd like to make a recommendation for some hires here. Hiring our extracurricular, resolutions number 47-2021 and number 48-2021, which is exhibit number 1, and a substitute aide, Tiffany Winworth, which is in exhibit number 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Based on the superintendent's recommendation, I would like a motion for the following hiring classifieds. Do I have to?
Kluchar moves to hire the classified as presented.
That way we'll second.
Discussion.
Any discussion?
Call for a roll
Roll
call.
call, please.
Mr. Atway,
Yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes,
Mr. Wilkerson, yes.
And under donations, have a few to read tonight. Once again, our Blessed Canfield PTA, a $1,000 donation for our Canfield School Staff Appreciation. And let me also say how much I appreciated that as well. And our staff members like the token of appreciation as well. Cars, a nice family business in town, $1,000 towards that same initiative for staff appreciation. And then a $5,000 donation. And basically, I was told, wherever there's a need in Canfield, fill it. So, really appreciative of that. Box Tops for Education, $110.60 to the CHC Principals Fund. And Christine Cannell, $100 into the Larry Davis Memorial Scholarship and the Nancy Dove Memorial Scholarship.
Based on the recommendations by our superintendent, may I have a motion to approve the donations as read in Exhibit 2?
Campbell will make a motion to approve the donations as evident in Exhibit 2.
Kluchar seconds.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Atway,
Yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes,
Mr. Wilkerson, yes.
There is no action on this next item, but we're required by law, 3313.48, if you're interested, Ohio Revised Code, to put out a calendar public hearing 30 days prior to the board approving a calendar. So what that allows us to do is take input from all of you, obviously. I'm going to be meeting with our unions just to kind of talk a little bit about next year's calendar. My hope would be to bring it to you next month to get that approved. Okay? Do you have any specific comments or concerns with the calendar that you'd like to make known to me tonight?
do you foresee any huge changes at this point?
No, to be honest with you, I just kind of looked at what we had planned. Now, remember, I kind of messed things up this year by kicking the start later.
Well,
I'd like to go
Right.
back to what we had normal.
Okay.
I think it's like a week before the fair, we come in, we get
Correct.
going. The principals really love the part where we do a lot of assessments early on.
Yeah.
And that piece I'd really like to get back to, and then just kind of continue on as we've gone. So that's really
Mr.
all I
Knoll?
see.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, how was the response to, the last few years before, they had that whole week off before Thanksgiving, and this year we went back to having a couple days before
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Did that go well with the short week before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I didn't hear any negatives.
Good.
But I'll see what kind of conversation I have.
Well, I mean,
moving
I would
forward.
think if it was an issue for people, we definitely would have heard
And
about
that's,
it.
you're
but-
right.
But on the flip side, you're right, Jenny, I think because of COVID, nobody was traveling
Nobody was
anywhere,
traveling.
so-
That's true.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
that's
other
true.
They
thing,
had
you're
a better
right.
appetite for it, so if it opens up where travel is gonna
Yeah,
pop
I do
again.
remember
Yeah.
last year a lot of discussion about that
Is that
with
right? Okay.
November.
Yeah, I'll see
So-
what I hear there. Yeah.
But
Okay,
good
and then
point,
I'd like to ask for a recommendation to approve the adopted resolution number 46-2021, the OSBA Legal Assistance Fund, which was exhibit number 3.
Based on the recommendation of our superintendent, is there a motion to adopt Resolution 46-2021, known as Exhibit 3?
So moved, Atway.
Kluchar, second?
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Otway,
Yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson. Yes.
Okay. Just a couple quick things here. You heard every principal come up and thank our community and teachers, and I need to do the same. And I've said this in a lot of my correspondence, but there is no way school would be continuing in person without the diligence of our parents at home. You know, looking for symptoms, taking temperatures, calling when kids are positive. I mean, it's been amazing, and that is one of the main reasons why we've been able to make it. I firmly believe that. Secondly, just to echo our principals again, I mean, all of our staff members have done everything I've asked them to do. The stories that you hear about me walking around with a meter stick are not true. Let me just say that. No one's been hit. But I've tried to make a presence that we need to stay apart. We got to keep the distance. We're doing a great job of masking up. But, you know, it's been hard, and the ask has been big. You know, don't travel, don't get outside with extended family. And our staff members have done a great job. I'm going to knock on wood today and tell you there were 0 positive cases in the district today.
Wow.
Wow.
So
That's
that's
big.
impressive. And that's not just happening just because. It's due to people doing and listening and, you know, understanding what we need to do to keep our kids and our staff members calm. And so I really just need to thank our community and all of our staff members for all their diligence. And, you know, we're hoping, obviously, there's some light at the end of the tunnel here, but we still have to stay strong. I keep going over that. We can't let our guard down. You know, we're in phase 2. Remember, I talked about phase 2. So we want to continue on. Just for our parents at home, report cards are going to be sent home Friday for high schoolers. They ended the semester a week early. Next Friday, we'll have our elementary and middle school kiddos bring in their report cards home. I sent home a nice communique. I hope you all got that. It had a lot of good information in there. One of our goals is trying to, you know, make some connections with all of our stakeholders and get some information out. Something that was in, I hope it didn't get lost, was our focus on mental health and what we're going to be doing. At the high school, starting next week, we're going to be bringing in a program called Linkages, which talks a lot about the warning signs for stress and anxiety and depression. One of the great things is we have some Canfield gals in charge of the program, so we know we're in good hands. There's an opportunity as well, if parents and or kids are feeling like they're really having a hard time, they can ask for some additional help and get more interventions, get some more one-on-one assistance as well. You know, when you guys interviewed me a long time ago, this was one of the things that I'm really passionate about, professionally and personally. This time of the year, I think, is hard anyway. And just with everything going on, I know there's a lot of questions, a lot of kids don't understand sometimes. But Ms. Rourke here at the high school is starting that program, getting it up and running, and we'll start next week, high school. We're going to try to follow up at the end of the month or early February with the middle school kiddos and really get that up and running. Had a lot of questions about vaccinations and how they're going and when's it going to hit school, okay? So we're in that phase 1B, and according to the health department today, we're hopeful to start seeing vaccinations for staff members here in Canfield by February 1st. That's kind of our date. They've asked us to collect information, like who's going to get it, who's interested, that type of stuff. We're going to get that in by Friday of this week to the health department. So we're hopeful that we'll get those vaccinations here beginning of February and be able to get those folks here in Canfield as staff members, get those folks vaccinated that are interested in doing that. So, any questions or comments? Good. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Anything else that anyone would like to add at this time before we head into executive session? No?
So you need a motion.
So then I'd like to call for a motion for us to go into an executive session to consider the employment of an employee. Just letting everybody know, people out there, we probably will have nothing else once we come back.
So moved, Kluchar?
I'll second that. Roll call.
Roll call?
Mr. Atway,
Yes.
Mr. Campbell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeCapua,
Yes.
Mrs. Klucher,
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Julie. Have a good night.
Are we gonna go in the library?
Yeah, is that okay?
You ready?
Oh, there you are. I see you. I'm
He's
sorry, I
up there.
couldn't see you.
Guess who's gonna do it?
Okay, well, welcome back. At this time, we are going to call for a motion to adjourn.
I will make that motion for adjournment. Atway, just in case.
Campbell seconds.
Roll call.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any
Just like
opposed?
Patty does.
You were waiting for that, weren't you?
I was.
Good night, everyone. Have a good evening.
There you go.